Right. And the other thing I think is interesting is people were protesting against this natural gas drilling in Pennsylvania. One of the companies involved with that is now has Tom Ridge, former Homeland Security Secretary, as an advisor to, as a lobbyist for it. So here you have people being spied on by an Israeli company, and you've also not only have Mandel involved, but potentially you've got Tom Ridge involved, who, a former governor of Pennsylvania.
Your phone is cutting out a lot there, Wayne. Repeat what you were saying about the gas explosion.
Well, we not only had people who were protesting the BP oil spill, but also people protesting the natural gas drilling in Pennsylvania. And they were being spied on, and one of the companies involved in that natural gas drilling in Pennsylvania is getting lobbying support from former Governor Tom Ridge of Pennsylvania, who we all know is also a former Secretary for Homeland Security.
And he admits in his book last year that they put out fake terror alerts, which under the Patriot Act is an act of terrorism. They admit they put out fake terror alerts for political gain to scare us.
Right, and I think what we're seeing here is just the creation of this Homeland Security conundrum is allowing companies like Blackwater and this Israeli company in Jerusalem and Philadelphia to just take advantage of all this money that was made available. And the only people who are suffering, of course, are the American taxpayers, who are not only being ripped off by, with the taxes they pay for this nonsense, but also in the price they pay for their privacy.
Well, this is a total private contractor and foreign government takeover of every facet of our lives, with huge private intelligence groups brainwashing our police. And now it's come out that they made a secret deal 10 years ago to steal the death benefits of 6 million veterans, and it's reported like it's no big deal. I mean, this government is just the most criminal group I could ever imagine.
Well, absolutely, and I think we also have to look at the whole this Blackwater operation. There were hearings after hearings on Blackwater that involved all these CIA folks, Buzzy Krongard and his brother there at the State Department, Cookie Krongard. None of these people ever went to prison, and it was proven that there was not only nepotism, but there was all sorts of financial fraud going on in letting these contracts.
And now the XE contracts are getting bigger. Let's come back and recap this and get into a few other key areas. Wayne Madsen's our guest. Wayne Madsen, Kurt's in there on, and he's going to call you at the end of the show, because we're going to use you as a source, but I have noticed some other news is reporting this is an Israeli company. But that's like the ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center are Israeli connected, especially the ADL. They're to demonize political speech in the U.S. It's not enough that Israel lobbies the U.S. Isn't this really espionage? If this is confirmed, to have Israeli companies in here demonizing the Tea Party?
I'll tell you, there's another aspect to this. It's being reported by the Philadelphia City paper that this company that was spying on people in Pennsylvania was also offering trips to U.S. college students to go over to Israel to see how they conduct their security operations. Two universities mentioned by name are Philadelphia University and Arizona State University. Now, that, as far as I'm concerned, with the shady aspects of this company, looks like Mossad recruiting in plain sight, and not one move by the United States government to curtail it on our college campuses.
Well, again, I've never been an enemy or somebody that hates Israel, but I don't like British, Israeli, Chinese, you name it, here infiltrating. Could you imagine if the Chinese were getting paid by Homeland Security and state governments to demonize mainline political, anti-war, Tea Party, you name it, and then the report says they're dangerous terrorists? I mean, can you imagine if the Chinese were doing that, Wayne? How big the hue and cry would be?
Oh, it's all over Fox News, of course, and we don't see a peep out of them on these things. I spoke at a 9/11 seminar over the weekend in New York, and prior to that, the American Jewish Committee put out a press release stating that by these people were no different than Terry Jones, the Koran burner. And the three mentioned by name were Cynthia McKinney, George Galloway, the MP, and myself. And up there, I said, look, I mean, if this were, if there were Italians arrested on 9/11, I would say, Italy might have had a connection. It was 5 Israelis arrested on 9/11.
Well, it's amazing, Wayne. We're going to continue to dig into this. We're going to call you to pick your brain about this so Kirk can get a story out this evening. You can enter it as one word or two words, eco-fascist with an S. Eco-fascist. Let's make it #1 and reach hundreds of thousands of people today. God bless you all. Great job, crew. Thank you, Wayne Madsen.
Thank you.
You are listening to GCN.
Infowars.com, folks. Retransmission starts now.
Today.
Yeah.